Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Brothers and sisters, so this morning I will continue talking on the subject of what is the striking finding after reading the Quran from page 1 to page 90. We had set up the category of choosing a topic based on the common words or expression we found after reading the Quran and the important figures mentioned in the Quran, whereby I was studying the story of Adam, the story of Ibrahim, and the story of Moses. Later, I found that the easy and hanging fruits were getting difficult to find. Then I changed the theme slightly to look into Aqidah and look into sentences related to Aqidah. Aqidah is very important in Islam, so let me iterate. Aqidah is the fundamental belief in Islam. If we get our Aqidah right, then there is a chance that we will attain paradise. If we get our Aqidah wrong, there will be hardly any chance for one that have wrong Aqidah to attain paradise. Looking into these sentences related to Aqidah, yesterday we have covered all the sentences we think in the opening surah that we have covered, and this morning we have to go to look into another surah, which is the second chapter, Surah Al-Fatihah. In the first sentence of Fatihah, then let me read few sentences of the second chapter of the Al-Quran. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alif Lam Mim. Zalikal kitabu la raiba fih. Hudal lil muttaqin. So just look at the meaning of this sentence closely. By the way, yesterday I've been talking on trust. Let me iterate on this subject of trust. I was talking about the trust was offered to mountain, and mountain did not accept the offer. Actually, this subject of trust was a revelation in these sentences of the Quran. So Allah offered the trust to the mountain, and the mountain had not accepted the offer, then Allah offered the trust to mankind. Mankind somehow accepted the offer. So the mankind hold the trust, but then Allah continue to say mankind is stupid. It was said after mankind accepted the trust. So it is nothing clever of accepting the trust offered by Allah. For that reason, mankind prepare to take the risk. A portion of mankind will be the winners, and a portion of the mankind would be the losers. The winners would be rewarded happy life in the thereafter in paradise, while the losers would be punished in hell and suffer as consequence of the wrongdoing they had done while living on earth. So a portion will be the winners and a portion will be the losers. So the reason why I give a talk on religion of Islam is trying to be winners, not losers. So I hope you pay the intention of this important subject of religion and belief. So okay, I'd like to continue what I have left on looking into Aqidah related sentences in the Quran. So I just read and we will look closely into the meaning of the second sentence of the second chapter of the Al-Quran. So let me read again. Zalikal Kitab. It means this is the book. Zalikal Kitab bulai raba fihi hudal lil muttaqin. So this is the book, there is no doubt. Meaning, when we say there is no doubt, certainly this book is from the Lord of the world. So we have to believe this book, which refer to the Quran, is from the Lord of the world. So it is a sentence of Al-Qidah, believing that the book is from the Lord of the world. And it continue lil muttaqin, for those who have fear of Allah. So fear of Allah is important. It is words that have been repeated many times throughout the pages. Fear, I think in my video I have discussed about fear already. So look at it again. No doubt. This book has no doubt meaning is from Allah. So you must believe it's from Allah. And if you don't believe it is from the Lord of the world, that means our Aqidah got wrong. Then we'll discuss if it is from the Lord of the world, it must be special. Then we have to look what is special about Al-Quran. Well, the Muslim look the Quran as the miracle sent to Prophet Muhammad. Many miracles of Prophet Muhammad we had not seen, like splitting of the moon we have not seen. There are many others because we don't live at the time when the Prophet was there, but then we are not at disadvantage as we have the Quran that is with us. So the Quran is a miracle. Then if someone ask me if I say it's miracle, then show me. Okay, I have to answer this question of asking show me. I'd just like to tell you a story of an atheist who was reading the Quran. So an atheist is one who doesn't believe in the present, he doesn't believe there is Lord of the world. So it is unusual for them to read the Quran, but somehow this atheist was reading the Quran. So let's see what happened. Someone had put a Quran. This guy is an American atheist, an author. I will not mention his name. I don't even remember his name. He's still alive, so best is not to mention his name. But I believe if he had seen my video, he immediately recognized that I'm talking about him. So a Quran was given to this atheist. He looked at it, a Quran's translation, so he wasn't interested in reading it because he was an atheist. But somehow, being an author, he respects book. So instead of throwing the book, he keep it in his shelf. Then, so being an author, he likes reading. So I don't know where this happened, whether it is in his house or in his office. So he was sitting in his office, so he read magazine. So one day he read the magazine twice, and then he feel that he has nothing more on the table to read. So he remember he had a book in himself. So just at the time looking for something to read, he pick up the Quran and start reading it. First page, opening surah. Then he read second page, and then he start to tell us his story. He said the author of this book is an intelligent person, and then that make him to read more. So he keep on reading, and he found a verses of the creation of Adam. I think it's only few pages after that. The creation of Adam start with Allah telling the angel that he wanted to create human being as viceroy. Viceroy is like leader or people or manager. So Allah was saying that he wanted to create human being as viceroy on earth. Then the angel was saying, what? You wanted to create human being that would spill blood, will cause destruction, whilst we the angel are worshipping you, obeying you. So this atheist was very much impressed by these sentences in the Quran, because maybe he thought that the first human being was created like, we see in the movie how uncivilized it look, like a person with spear hunting for food. Maybe that was the impression he got of the first being. But it was not like that. The first human being was the manager managing the earth, that is the viceroy. So, and he was impressed also by the angel, like opposing the will of the God to create the human being. So he was impressed by this, but he didn't tell us in detail why he was impressed, but he would keep saying this sentence. So then, impressed by the Quran, he start to grip on and continue reading, like he got interested in reading the Quran. So he read the Quran, and what his experience is like, the author was speaking to him, like the author knows his heart, knows what he was thinking. So the words in the Quran touch his heart. So he kept on reading. Whilst reading the Quran, he feel warm. Actually, he told us he was sweating. So a person, an atheist, reading the Quran, sweating. So he kept reading, feel warm by it, continue reading. When he reached Surah Wadduha iza saja ma waddaka rabbuka ma qala walul akhiratu khairul min ula. So that surah, when he read that surah, he cried, he burst into tears. Why? Okay, look at the meaning of that surah, Wadduha ila saja. That surah Wadduha contains something like, it's like Allah talking to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah was saying, we find you in a situation of puzzle by the world. So Prophet Muhammad was looking for guidance, and before he got the guidance, he was puzzled. And then Allah said, we send down you the guidance, the Quran. And then Allah was saying, his life would be better in the future, something like that. So this sentence touched the heart of the atheist, and he cried. Because the atheist, the mind of the atheist, they are also puzzled. Not that they don't believe 100%, they are just puzzled. Then somehow this atheist feel that he got the guidance after reading the Quran. So this is the story of an atheist reading the Quran, and you see the impact of the Quran having on him. So eventually this guy who read the Quran converted to Islam, Alhamdulillah. And this guy keep telling the people at large about Islam. There are many stories like this. The other convert who told his story, a lady European lady, but I don't know where he come from. Maybe UK. He said when he read the Quran, only few pages, the first page of the opening surah, he said he knows this come from God. So reading the first surah also has the impact on his heart, and he converted to Islam. So I read many people converted to Islam after reading the Quran. Even the story of Japanese scientist, after he find some verses in the Quran that has touched his heart, he converted to Islam. So okay, that is been telling you the story of the non-Muslim after reading the Quran impacted their heart and they convert to Islam. And then I'd like to tell you another story. This is not a happy story of a verse in the Quran that says the universe is expanding. So a verse in the Quran saying universe is expanding. So a Muslim must believe that the universe is expanding because it's written or is mentioned by Allah in the Quran. So Muslim must believe that universe is expanding. But then in the earlier century, or earlier the 20th century, there was a Jewish scientist by name of Robert Einstein, who a famous person on science and physics, and he told a lot about the cosmology, and he started telling that his finding was that universe is fixed, not expanding. So some of the Muslim whose Aqidah was not strong then puzzle what to believe, scientists or the revelation in the Quran. Some people, Muslim who admire the scientists, then went astray to believe these scientists and then lost the belief of the Quran. What happened then? Was Einstein right? The story was he made calculation. He just made calculation, and from that calculation he derived that the universe is not expanding, and that had influenced some Muslim to believe what he was saying and lost the Al-Qaeda. So when a person lost Aqidah, it is regarded that he is no longer a believer. So what happened was, someone review his calculation, and then what happened was that someone who was also clever in mathematics found that his calculation was wrong. So when the correction was made, the result of the calculation was universe is expanding. And then there was another scientist who proved it by observing the stars. When he observed the stars, he found that the position of the stars is shifting. So when the position of the stars is shifting, then there is indication that the universe is moving. The stars in the heaven is moving away. So when it is moving away, it's indication that universe is expanding. Now it is established knowledge that scientists see that universe is expanding. So look at that, who is right? Then we see Allah is all-knowing, and the Quran revelation was right in telling us the universe is expanding. So this verse saying there is no doubt that it comes from Allah. So with that, I leave you. Thank you very much for listening.